Today I'm going to be Punchline, so I'm excited and I have the cosplay. I'm gonna put it on, do my makeup, see how well we can do it, because as we know, I'm not good at makeup, but it's fine. So this is the outfit, and then I'm gonna add the belts and the gloves and the boots and the wig. But first I'm gonna do my makeup. The eyeliner looks so bad, but I don't really have time to redo it. So I'm just gonna do mascara, blush, lipstick. I think that's it. All right, the final makeup reveal in 3, 2, 1. I am so glad no one's outside right now because I look insane. Oh my goodness. Hi. Oh, you got an eye boogie. There you go. Here we go. It's Oswald. So we headed out. And the first thing on our agenda was the screen panel, which was at 10:30, but because of traffic, we didn't end up making it to Megacon until about 11:15, so the panel was over, and I was sad to miss it, but since we had our badges, we were able to go through the re-entry area and make our way upstairs to get in line for the Superman and Lois panel, which started at 11:45.
Let's bring out your Superman and Lois, Bitsy to it, and Tyler Hoechlin. Bring him on! Yeah, let's hear it for him.
I would say I was surprised that they were going so full circle, where you're doing a storyline where because
no spoilers.
I can't do.
Is anybody in here not seen the finale that's gonna watch it? Couple hands, okay. Do you guys already know what happens?
Yeah. So it's
Alright, good. Ruin it.
Putting on that Superman suit, how it evolved throughout time, and which iteration of the suit was your favorite to wear?
I don't know if I have like a standout favorite. I enjoyed the fact that we try something new every year. But I will say, I think just for the sheer nostalgia of it, putting on the Fleischer suit was probably the one that was really cool. It's the only one that had trunks. And I just thought it was I don't know, there was something very, especially in the pilot, the scenes that we shot with that and the flashbacks in episode 11. There was a lot of joy to that suit, I think.
You'll be asked a trivia question about your co-star, and you'll write the answer on the whiteboard, and then we'll reveal it to the audience. You guys ready for this? Yeah. Okay, let's start it up. All right, so this one is a question about Tyler, Bitsy, and hopefully you know the answer. So, before acting, Tyler was on track for a career in which sport? Let's reveal the answer to the crowd. Baseball is the correct answer. 1 point for Bitsy. Good job.
Batman. It was Batman.
Tyler portrayed a baseball player in which Richard Linklater film set in the 1980s?
What month was it released? You know another.
Does anybody out here know? Oh, somebody knows that.
I know he had a big mustache. Never once, even starting in 2018 in the Elseworlds crossover, I never was dingle-dangling from the ceiling. What's it called again?
Wired?
The wires. I was never wired. I think they just didn't trust me not to, in my head, if they were going to put me on wires, I we'd like get in a knot, and then I'd be that person like unfurling really fast and like going this way.
He does a thing where he kind of like jumps and lands and does the whole like, "But I can help you out, Superman. All right, cool, take it easy." And then we're all supposed to freeze so they can bring the helmet in, and then he can leave. So they go freeze, so none of us move. Somebody walks in, puts the helmet on his head, but it's a little bit wonky going on. So we're all now not supposed to move, but watching somebody like struggle to get this thing over his ears. And he's like, "Wait, so how do I head up? No, head down? Okay, head down. Head further down? No, okay, head back up, head back up." And we're all supposed to not break or do anything and just be completely frozen. So it's already ridiculous. So then they finally get the helmet on, that person leaves, and they go, "Okay, and action." We act like nothing's happened. A lot has happened. And so we sit there and he goes, "See you guys next time." And then he goes to jump, and they go, "Now, freeze again." Wole is now sitting there. We're like, "No, not you, Wole. Wole, you leave." Okay. So then he's like, now he's got this huge mask on with like a snout, and he's like, "Over here? Over this way? Which way do I go?" And then we're like, that way. So he goes, "Okay." This thing is so clunky. He's now walking and is doing like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. It's like all the way offset. We are still supposed to be frozen. This is called acting, and this is what we have to deal with.
Wait, he left out two of the funniest things. So when he first gets to his mark, he's got the big hammer. And the whole thing, I mean, this was his first time in the suit. Let me tell you, it never got less funny. It was squeaky and hilarious every time he was in the suit. But so he puts the hammer down and he's got this big serious moment. And then every time it would just go, boop, and it would just fall over. So that was like, oh God, no, we're not gonna get through it. And then there was the other thing with the visor on the helmet, where the visor was supposed to be up, and he'd start his line, and then the visor would fall. And he'd be like, I'm gonna take that again. Start the line, and the visor would fall. So the whole thing.
And thank you so much for spending time with us here at Megacon. You guys
Thanks for having us.
Before you guys go, are you guys cool with these shirts out to the crowd? Are you guys down with that? All right.
Yeah.
Where you guys go? So we'll get these shirts. Thank you guys, Megacon, for showing up for Superman and Lois. Thank you guys.
So after this panel, I was like, okay, I have to get a photo with Tyler. So we made our way down to the autograph area, and I was looking around trying to figure out where he was, and then I found him. The line was quite long, so I joined it, and as I was waiting, I bought my ticket, and I waited just about an hour in line before I finally got to get up to the table and talk to him. But in the meantime, I got a nice view of Tom Welling, and I got this really cute moment of Erica running up to him, and it was great. And it was cool, like, talking to people online. There's just so many people there who have similar interests. It's great. I got a lot of footage of Tom Welling. Anyways, here's me going up to the table and preparing what I'm going to say. I feel like I did a pretty good job on the outside, but internally I was freaking out.
Hi, nice to meet you. Yes. Hi, nice to meet you. What can I do for you? Nice. All right, just signature on this?
Whatever you want to sign. I am trying to get into acting, and so I was wondering if you had any advice for me.
Man, I started so long ago now. It's like I don't even know the way to I started acting classes, and the acting classes got me like an audition with an agency, and then that's kind of how I got into it. I assume that's still a decent way to go in. But as far as, everybody feels like they're doing like their own like YouTube thing or TikTok thing. Like that's how they're kind of getting noticed and getting representation now. So, but just in general, I would say like you gotta be persistent, and you just gotta be true to like what makes sense to you. Like when you look at characters and stuff, just be honest about like what you like about the character, what you see in the character, and all that. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Tyler was so nice, and we ended up talking for about another minute, but the video got cut off because my mom got told off for filming, so we got a picture. It was great. Then we went to the Legends of Tomorrow panel, and as we were waiting, Katie Lotz went live, so I joined. The service was horrible though, so it was very glitchy. I got a couple screenshots though. You could see Matt, Katie, Brandon, and I was just like, okay, well, they're coming right now, so any minute.
We're going to start with, you know her best as Sarah Lance, the White Canary. Dave. All right, next up, you know him as Ray Palmer, the Atom. Let's bring out Brandon Routh. All right, for me, this is my definitive John Constantine. You know him as Atom. Let's bring out Matt Ryan. Matt, John Constantine is such an iconic character. You've played him across multiple mediums. What keeps bringing you back to John Constantine, and is there anything else you'd still like to explore with the character?
Yeah, it's a great character, right? Such an iconic character in DC, and I didn't quite realize that until I got the role and started doing research and all that stuff. But I was really blessed that after the original show got cancelled, that I was brought onto Arrow and then brought onto Legends with these guys. And like Katie said, the show that I did was a slightly different tone to Legends. So there was a little bit of adaptation that I had to do there. But he still fitted in with the rest of the people, and I think that the writers really kind of facilitated that, and the cast facilitated that, and that was great. And I thought that me playing John was over when my show was cancelled, and then they asked me back to do Arrow, and then I thought it was done. Then they asked me to do an animated movie, then I thought it was done. Then they asked me to do Legends, then I thought it was done. And it just kept on, So to play a character on a TV show for 13 episodes, one season, and to be cancelled, and to end up playing that character for almost 10 years is kind of it's a great thing, and yeah.
So maybe in real life you need to become a master of the dark arts or whatever. That's Harry Potter, right? But whatever what are you?
There's a little card saying, "This is for you, Matt." And there's this huge gargoyle, which I can't put in my bag. It's still in it. It's still in it.
I don't know why I wasn't meant to be here, but I'm here.
Hey! We got Rip Hunter in the house. How you doing? This is pretty cool. Actually, since you're here, I'm going to direct this question towards you. If your character were to stay on the Wave Runner longer, what stories would you have liked to explore?
All the weird, like retro futurist weird stuff. The puppets I really got into me. Yes. And all the I wanted to work with Bebo. I feel like Bebo was like my part of me. Like made just for me, and I never got to really spend any time with them.
Yeah, well, when I came on to Legends, there was because the Constantine show is rooted in the comics, and even though I think he's one of the most hilarious characters, but that comes from his dry wit and his sense of humor in the face of adversity. He's literally being dragged to hell and he's given the bird. That's kind of his very British humor. And then I think the puppets was a moment when I was like, oh my god, did I just kill John Constantine? Allowing him to be in this situation, there was a few moments like that, but it worked out so well in the end, and it was such a good laugh. My first episode was when there was a unicorn from hell that rips off a nipple, and then the nipple comes back to haunt the guy later. I was like, what is going on?
That's what I'm talking about, that's great. That's what you want. What were they doing in that writer's room? That's the show I want to see. Writing the show, just going, nipple, unicorns have nipples. That's what they would do.
I got it out.
Isn't that what Green's all the man?
Yeah.
Hypnotized.
Hypnotized. Yeah.
But before that was Bebo, and I think the Viking episode of Bebo was the one where everybody.
We thought we jumped
We're all
the
like,
shark.
we're all looking at each other. Guys, you read the episode?
Just as I left, it really went really. Sorry, thank you. Just as I left. Just as I left, it really got mad.
You know,
Why? It would be horrible.
the whole thing now, like when the pyramids were built. Take it back to when the.
How long would you go for?
Would you?
Where would you? I mean, come on. You would paracetamol. You wouldn't have. I'd like to take some with me. Would you?
No. But no,
Okay, yeah, Egypt.
well, no, with Egypt when the pyramids were being built, to see how that is. There's so much
Yeah.
controversy about how it was done, who did it. I'd like to say like, that's how they did it. So yeah, I used to. It's time, but I'm done with that now.
Yeah.
Done with Shakespeare.
I think anything pre-toilets is not for me.
You like to go to the future.
Yeah, maybe, or just like somewhere nice. Not that long ago.
Right, like 10 years ago.
I just think pre-showers. Not for me.
I feel that the Legends of Tomorrow kind of fit the best in James Gunn's kind of DC universe because I think it fits right in. But we know that there's actors coming back from the DCEU to play in the DCU. Are there any characters you would like to play in James Gunn's DCU universe? Any good characters you played on Legends?
Just two.
Two? Oh, he's like, oh, good.
I got Superman and the Atom.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Anyone else?
I would say any DC character,
Annie.
but okay.
Think of the characters you played on this show.
Catwoman.
There you go.
I'd like to eventually play Alfred, like if that. Eventually. Yeah, great.
Protect the timeline. It is what it is.
I think we've all learned our lesson. You can't change, you know.
Repair the history in order to change the future.
But what if you destroy everything?
Yeah.
It's like the butterfly effect. You keep trying to change just one thing, and then it's like. Did you watch Butterfly Effect?
That's the Ray Palmer villain arc.
I don't know if I didn't read that many ridiculous things. But maybe it all just is ridiculous. I normalized it all. I mean, ridiculous things happen. I set my hair on fire one day. That was ridiculous. A squib went off above my head, and then a flame shot it out. And because I'm such a professional, I just slapped myself in the head and then carried on. And it made it into the show. I can't remember what episode it's in, but there's an episode where my hair just sets on fire just for a second. But it could have been much worse. That was a bit ridiculous because I should have stopped it and gone, guys, health and safety. I did not.
I just thought about remember your chair? The captain's chair? Originally, it used to it would spin and then it would slide forward. So it's supposed to be like, shoo, and then
Really
you go.
cool, very cool, very
Really
dramatic.
cool. And it moved like a geriatric chair. And goes,
Right. Give me a minute. Just give me a second. I'll be there in a second. Actually, we could have led into that, and that would have been brilliant.
Now, this one's from Isabella F. from Orlando, Florida. You've all played iconic DC characters. If you could swap roles with any of the other Legend cast members for an episode, who would it be and why?
I want to be Mick Rory. Because you get to drink beer, grunt, beer for just 2 days of the episode.
It's hard. It's really hard because we really poured lots of love into the characters we did play. So it's very hard to imagine. And everyone was so well cast and well suited to their thing.
And uniquely
yeah,
each other, ourselves.
and really brought stuff to it. It's very, very difficult to
Yeah,
write
it's like the
those.
nucleus of a family.
Yeah.
Everyone fit their role.
Yeah.
I think actually I'd want to be Olivia's character, what was her character's name again? Astra. Only because of the one episode where she got to be turned into a cartoon. I got to direct that episode, and I was like, I want to be animated. Like, so cool to be in animated. Like, yeah, that was cool.
I tried a few things and they really backfired. I tried to spit water out of my mouth for a thing, and I spat water in someone's face by accident.
Oh wait, I remember.
You remember that?
Who was it?
It was the camera. Was it? It wasn't Lou.
Someone was pissed though.
Someone really annoyed because I just thought it'd be hilarious to like laugh and spit water everywhere. So I took a swig of water, but I didn't judge it very well. This happened when I did any kind of physical activity. And then, do you remember, I like turned my head, and because I planned it and I hadn't told anyone, I turned my head and then just looked one of the crew directly in the eyes and spat water all over them. Which I didn't mean to, that wasn't part of it, but they were just in the place where I was spitting water. And I thought it was going to be really, I've done this on a few shows, like I've done a thing that's really like gone and died as an idea.
If the Legends could have crossed over with any other CW show that's not DC related, like Supernatural, Riverdale, One Tree Hill, Gilmore Girls, Gossip Girl, what show would you want to see cross over?
We did have a Supernatural crossover, kind of.
Yeah, with the car, right?
Car, yeah.
Originally, when Constantine first came onto the show, the car in the asylum, where the first scene of where he goes to see young, when he pulls up, the car is actually the car from Supernatural, and then later on, there's a whole bit where we find
Three Sisters.
No. No. We were in the forest. Me, you, and
Yeah, we were investigating a crime. We're like, they're shooting a TV show here called Supernatural. The whole crew was murdered.
I thought it'd be cool because also there's a whole thing about the character, Misha Collins' character in Supernatural with the trench coat and the blue tie. And so, at many of these things, since I started playing the character, people would come and they'd give me photos of him, and so I met him for the first time. I think it was last year, and I felt like I knew him because he was back and forth with me, writing messages to him on photos about the trench coat. And I fell off a couple of chairs when I was Dr. Gwyn. Like, I don't know what happened when I started to play that character, but maybe my physicality changed slightly. And I remember coming into the tent when we were on location a couple of times, just
I remember, I have a video of it.
Powder on his back, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I became like dyspraxic or something,
I have a video of it.
You do?
I was in the tent, and you were like on the edge, and you fell off and like into the mud. And it wasn't like a cool fall. It was like you flailed, like the tent went flying over. And we were like,
and it happened like a couple of times, didn't it? Like I sat back, hi guys, woof, and I was gone.
I'm not going to say the full story, but no, I really can't. But there was a moment where a really quite serious argument broke out on set between some crew people and someone else, and it got really serious. It was really awkward. It was a big argument. People were shouting at each other, and I looked down, and I was dressed like a musketeer, and I just thought, this is a ridiculous job. And I looked over at Victor, and Victor was dressed as a musketeer as well. And I was like, people are having a really serious argument about this. Look at them. It was wonderful. It was really great. I loved it.
The last question I have for you guys is from Sarah from Des Moines, Iowa. She asked, the Legends of Tomorrow became a found family. Do you still keep in touch with all of your co-stars?
And it's very nice to come to these.
Yeah.
See each other.
Yeah, I think, I don't think we actively, but like text each other or call each other, like, but I feel like every time we see each other, it's just straight back like that. Do you know what I mean? And we see each other at these things, and I feel close to everyone. You sweat blood and tears on these things when you're in the trenches, literally sometimes with people, and you become really close. But like any job, every job is a little family, and then you move on. But you still have those experiences and those connections that you made with the people on those jobs. So nothing is ever taken away from that.
I still see Jess a lot. She brings me all of her hand-me-down baby stuff. It's great. Yeah.
Look, thank you guys so much for your time. You guys have been incredible.
You go.
Before we go though, Raleigh, I just met in line. It was her birthday last week. Could you guys give her a birthday shout out? You stand up, Raleigh. Go ahead.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. We wish you happy birthday so we can party too. Hey!
Thank you guys. Go see to the pair booth. They are signing, taking pictures, and they are absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much.
So after the panel was finished, we headed home. I wanted to see the Gotham panel that was at 6, but that wasn't for another hour and a half, and we just kind of wanted to go home because we knew day 3 was going to be a long day because I had a photo op in the morning, and it was at 10:30. We didn't even make it today at 10:30, so we were like, okay, let's go home, go to bed early so we can wake up early and be ready for tomorrow. I just got home. I don't know how long I'll be able to film for because my phone storage was full when I was filming at Legends, but it seems fine now. But I could be jinxing it. But I met Superman. You can't really see that well. He was so nice. And my mom recorded a little bit, but then got scolded by one of the workers. So, yeah. I already took my makeup off in the car and now I'm going to change into something comfortable, and I will see you guys tomorrow with day 3.